Imagine it's a pitch-black night in 1944. Deep in the forests of France, you are a German scout. Suddenly, the ground begins to tremble. In the air, there's no smell of diesel, only a strange silence and the screech of metal. You grab your binoculars and freeze in terror. Out of the mist emerge dozens, no, hundreds of Sherman tanks. You frantically radio headquarters. An entire American division is coming. But when the sun rises, you see two American soldiers carrying a whole tank with their hands. These terrifying giants were actually just a massive, inflated lie filled with air. This is the story of the greatest lie ever told, the Ghost Army. At the height of World War II, an absolutely secret unit was formed within the American Army. This unit's official name was the 23rd Headquarters Special Troops. But they entered the field not carrying rifles, but with art in their hearts. Army leadership scoured the art schools of New York and Philadelphia. They gathered the famous painters, sculptors, and sound engineers of the future. Among them were world-renowned designer Bill Blass and artist Ellsworth Kelly. Boys who yesterday sketched for fashion magazines were now in the heart of the war. The order given to them: your paintbrush must be more powerful than an enemy bullet. Their service sites were not military ranges, but secret workshops. Now let's see how they executed this grand deception. The success of the Ghost Army was built on three main pillars of deception. The first was visual deception. They could inflate an entire tank regiment in just a few minutes. From a distance, these rubber tanks were indistinguishable from real steel giants. The second pillar was a terrifying audio-psychological attack. They mounted massive speakers weighing 227 kilograms onto trucks. From these speakers, the sounds of tanks and soldiers echoed for 25 kilometers. The Germans, thinking a massive army was invading at night, would fall into a panic. The third pillar was radio deception. Special operators broadcasted fake messages over the air. German intelligence would intercept these messages and believe the false information. Soldiers even went to bars, acting drunk and shouting about fake, secret plans. This wasn't just war, it was the largest theatrical stage in the world. And the enemy didn't even realize they had become prisoners of this theater. It was March of 1945, the decisive phase of the war. The Allies absolutely had to cross the Rhine River. This was an extremely dangerous operation. The Ghost Army was given an order. You will play the role of an army of 30,000 men. Just 1,100 artist soldiers set up hundreds of fake tanks at one point along the river. They broadcasted fake radio transmissions day and night and activated their massive speakers. The Germans concentrated all their forces at that fake point of attack. But the real army crossed the river at an entirely different, undefended section. Military experts estimate this operation saved between 10 and 30 combat divisions. Thousands of American soldiers' lives were saved thanks to this deception. The war ended. Victory was won. But the soldiers of the Ghost Army were forbidden from speaking about it, even to their own families. The documents of their bravery lay in archives under a top-secret stamp for 50 years. Only in 1996 did the world finally learn of the true heroism of these liars. They were heroes, but in their hands, they held paintbrushes and colors instead of rifles. This history teaches us that sometimes the most powerful weapon is not a rifle, but human intelligence. The Ghost Army chose not to kill, but to deceive in order to save lives. History often consists of the things we didn't see. See you next time.